This is one of those videos that you have to stick around for its entirety because understanding this will make you a very powerful person. I've been thinking about quantum jumping a lot, which is basically being able to change your reality by jumping from one to the next. One of my followers asked to talk about it, and so that was my sign to talk about it. Okay, so the truth is we live in a parallel universe, which basically means that there's multiple different versions of the world, but we only see one at a time. This has been shown time and time again by scientists through experiments such as Schrodinger's cat. Parallel universe is just a fancy way to say a world that coexists with our world, but is very different from it. For my religious folk that aren't too shabby with science, religion talks about this too. The variation of Earth from a religious sense would be heaven or hell, or the spiritual realm. The spiritual realm doesn't only exist when we pass away. It exists all the time right now. It is parallel to us. It is current, simultaneous, and always accessible through practices such as meditation and prayer. So why is this important? Why does knowing about parallel universes matter? And what does it have to do with manifestation? Let me tell you why. The thing about having parallel universes means that if there's a parallel universe, there are parallel versions of you as well. Yes, you are operating in this realm, but also operating in other realms simultaneously. I'm literally getting chills. There are different levels of you operating at higher levels of consciousness, while others are operating at lower levels of consciousness, but they are all accessible. This is where quantum jumping comes in. Quantum jumping is pretty much changing your reality by jumping parallels or levels of consciousness. Basically, there's a better version of you, but there's also a lesser version of you. And with every decision that you make, you become more like one or the other. You know when you have a goal or a dream that's always on your mind, you feel so close to it, it feels like it could be yours. It's almost like a dream that feels like you have, it feels like you can have it, but then you look around and you don't. You feel so tied to it because that is something that you do have in another parallel. You can feel yourself with it because you already have it. It is in fact already yours, and the Bible talks about this as well. We think it's something that we're dreaming of in the future. We think it's something that we see in the future, but in reality, we're not seeing it in the future. We're experiencing it in a parallel universe. This is what they mean when they say the past, present, and future are actually happening at the same time. They're not far and near. They're actually parallel, all happening at the same time. And the goal is to jump from one plate, one version to another by increasing consciousness. So how do we jump? Luckily for us, there are so many ways. If we are trying to get things that our higher self has, we will just have to do higher things. This is where spirituality and science once again come together. This is why we pray. This is why we talk to Jesus, God, spirit guides, angels, loved ones, whatever. Our higher selves has those things that we dream of. So if we tap into a higher realm, we could get the information needed to receive those things. It's almost like a telephone, right? Like, hi guys, can you tell me what the fuck to do? Can you show me what my higher self is doing so I can do that too? And of course, this is an analogy shifted to make it fit. Prayers like, God, show me the way. Help me to obtain things that I know are for me. Religiously, it's socially acceptable to leave those things at prayer, right? But these are all ways of manifestation. This is just one way to quantum jump. We could jump by the words we say, the things we do, meditation, focus and intention. Every decision, every action is a jump. I'm gonna say that again. Every decision, every action is a jump, either up or down. You're either splitting into the higher version of yourself or the lower version. But the reality or the universe you get to experience is ultimately up to you and the decisions you make. Anyway, this is getting deep, right? So there's so many things to say. There's so many things to explain. So maybe I should start a series on quantum jumping. Like and comment if you guys want more of this topic, because I can read about it forever, but I don't want to bore you guys because I'm a nerd. So things that I find interesting, I never know if other people care about. But yeah, I hope that this helps someone start to take control of creating the reality and shifting parallels through their decisions. And yeah, love y'all forever. Mwah.